Hello, this is Nancy today. The last video I just made, I got a little bit sidetracked and showed you all the birds. This is what I really wanted to show you. Now, I've been trying to put down a floor in this room. See this nice little big room? This is going to be a guest room, I suppose. Okay, now, there's a right way and a wrong way to do this. Now, if you can see these little lines that go all the way up, see this row of lines? I guess it's kind of in the sun here. Well, anyway, you can see how it's all exactly the same. Well, guess what? It's not supposed to be like that. Now, what do? Luckily, it's a floating floor. And actually, it's a good thing that we haven't gotten flooded, because that gives a new meaning to the word flooded floor. Did you hear that on the news the other day? A new meaning to the word sunken living room when the house is flooded, and a new meaning to the word floating floor. Well, anyway, we're not going there. This is a floating floor. So what I have to do in here now is I have to take it all up. I know. Can you believe that? I'm actually contemplating that. And it took me so long to get it down, but I think that I can do it quickly. Now, the solution here, you see, you start from the corner. That's one board. That goes to here. Okay, the next board goes to here. Now this board here I had to cut. I had to cut it, well, where's that piece? I brought the piece so I could show you. See, I had to cut this much off of it. Now the way they say to do it is you start the second row with this piece. You see, and then I add that board and that board. Now this third board, the last one, is going to have to be cut this much because it's going to be too long. You see, and so the next row will be the way it is now, and the next row after that, I'll have to start with one of these and cut the one at the end, and start with one, and then have a regular row, and then start with one of these, cut the row at the end. Okay, now, when I put that up there, hope it won't fall. When I have a project like this that's going to be a little just too overwhelming to even think about it, I have two ideas. One, I can ignore it, go away, and not do it for a long time. That works in some things, but Christmas is coming and I need this room for a guest room. It's so cute to look at those little birds. Okay, so now the whole idea of this is probably pretty overwhelming. So what I do, this is my way and it works. People say I get a lot done. How do you get so much done? How do you do so much in a day? Well, this is my trick. First, as above, so below, that quote, or everything's created spiritually before it's created physically. If you walk through the whole thing in your mind, then you can just simply do it. Doing it is the easy part, once you've walked through every step in your mind. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here, and you can see that this last row is not hooked up at all. Now, to take a row out, it's very simple. You just lift it up and slide it backwards, you see? So I'm going to do this for the whole room. I'm just going to lift them up. I'm going to lift them up and slide them back. Okay? Then they'll all be apart. Then I'm going to go up there. I'm going to take the last board on that second row, the last board on the fourth row, 6, 8, 10, whatever. I'm going to take those boards. I'm going to go in the kitchen with them. Then I've got it all set up in the kitchen, my saw, and I'm just going to cut this much off of every one of those boards. Maybe I should measure them first, make sure that's the right amount. Anyway, so I'll go and I'll measure them. I'll cut this much off each of them. Okay, then I'll bring, whoopsie daisy. Okay, then I'll bring the stack of boards back, and I'll lay them up against the wall. And then I'll have all these apart, So then I'll bring all the ends. They're still on the kitchen floor where I left them last time I cut. I'll bring all the ends, and I'll bring them and put them over here, and I'll bring all the other pieces and I'll put them over there. And then I will remake all my rows. I will put them together so that they look like this row, they're all together before I even start. Okay, I'll put them together like that. and then I'll call my husband down, and together we can kneel on the floor and we can put them into the last groove and lay them down. And then it should all be done. We'll just work on that whole thing, and laying them in only takes a few seconds each if you have some help. If you don't have help, man, it takes you forever. Okay, so that's the plan. And I think I can do it very quickly because now that I know exactly what I'm doing, I'll just go flip, 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 and all the boards are apart. Flip, 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 and all the ends are off, or every other end, right? I could even slide them all down at that point. No, I don't want to slide them all down. Yeah, I guess I do because I want to put the other ends on the other side. Okay, so I've gone through it in my head. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Now I just have to do it. This is the easy part. Okay, that's Nancy today saying, well, I don't know, whatever I just said. See you later. Bye.